get arrested. Pump up the bass line. Pump up the pump up the bass line. Wait. Pump up the pump up the bass line.
attack.
I've been trying to fight the demons in my mind. I'll prevail with every battle if I'm right. Guess my aim was off, the target's out of sight. Would I be better if I left it all behind? 'Cause we could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way.
no fast enough for my problem that you never solve. Send for the down brace for your firestorm, cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, better with your black. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Back dancing, over to some archbishop. Them no bad. School them from me in a Turkish. Them no bad. School could take the with me rossi. Drop if I can't put up in a fasting up for my Bible that you never saw. Send for the dangerous for your fire song, cause I tell you to one monster. Ready for the war, better with your phone. None of them boy, they no bad. Left a mark, young gog on a regular. Me say them hardly ready. Them a new type of artillery. We a bus and a Tom and Jerry. Out the blue I hit you with an airstrike. Them not bad like my air nights. It's a rare sight, yeah. Steady aim with precision, equal vision with a clear sight. Better go get your affairs right. Them boy, they no none of them boy, they no bad. Road back, live with my bar. If you mark, them no bad. I'm no regular. Me see them hard, them no bad. Me a new type of artillery. Me a bust, I'm a Tom and Jerry. Out the blue, I hit you with the airstrike. Me air nice, clear sight. Steady aim, them no bad. And it's the vision, we got clear sight. Better to get your fit. Them boy, they no bad.
The enemy is picking. You should be ashamed for not trusting yourself. I am the moon that breaks through the darkness. The enemy
inside my corner, yeah. When it gets cold and dark, you make it warmer.
motion with you, baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding me up. Play me like a bass guitar, simmer down and mash me up. Tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Me up, drive me around and go right forward. Shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it.
Understood. Battle spell in cooldown. Ult is not ready.
There was always a longing for more, a deeper connection. It's disconnecting from the source within. There were parts of my core, senseless and frozen. Wisdom hidden, locked up in my soul. Oh, now it's the time to realign, reconnecting my foundation, reunite. Oh, I'm digging, got my feet on solid ground. No more levitation. There was always a longing for more, a deeper connection. Was disconnected from the source within. There were parts of my core, senseless and frozen. Wisdom hidden, locked up in my soul. There was always a longing for more, a deeper connection. Was disconnected from the source within. There were parts of my core, senseless and frozen. Wisdom hidden, locked up in my soul.
Launch attack. Understood. Launch attack.
Every day you listen in the most ordinary ways.
Our turret is under attack.
Cause without you, it's like music. I'm drowning in every single way. And without you, I've got no focus. I'm fighting to just get through the day. And I keep falling, falling, falling. And deeper in every single way. Yeah, I keep falling, falling, falling. Don't say we can't, oh, just don't say another word. These thoughts you've imagined aren't real, aren't adding up. You fetched your ideas from nowhere, all from another one. Your logic's impaired, your full picture is cropped. Cause we both know one day they're just gonna try again. Without doubt, might say the phone's gonna make. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't drown for our sake, cause this is the end. dread, my logic is fair. If it's pain, it's ever gonna stop. Cause we both know that one day he's not gonna cry again. Without doubt, it's my say, if all's gonna mend. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't pout for our sake, cause this ain't the end. We both know one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't pout for our sake, cause this ain't the end.
Experience the youth of suffering. I am more than a weapon.
The sun's gonna rise
I'm Yi, and I won't lose myself, no matter what.
Just gonna try again. Without doubt, it's our say, if all's gonna mend. We both know one day the sun's gonna rise again. So don't bow. Our say,
I am the devourer of stars,
Enemy is
the tide of the cosmic sea.
Ninjutsu is the ultimate weapon.
Chunban's flames may have dimmed, but my soul still burns with its legacy.
Oh, I never thought I'd feel this way. I never thought I'd find a place that feels like home. It feels like home. Oh, the nights I see will stay.
have my word.
All I feel is love. It feels like home. Take me
like I got cheat codes. Let's go. Free throw. Act like I got cheat codes.
Inside of me, you better watch out. If your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets cause real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score, never getting bored. Loves the blood and gold, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't release this until they feel it for the part in. If you start shit, you be hard lived in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You be chewed up and discarded.
And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. There's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Your team is winning.
in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. When there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
I'm me, and I won't lose myself, no matter what. hoping to burn. They'll never, never, never learn. You're the better one, still king of
They say that love is blind, but I never trusted sight. When I turn and look inside, there's nothing I can't find. In the silence of the night, when my demons come alive, I hear a voice disguised, telling me we're not alright. They say that love is blind, but I never trusted sight. When I turn and look inside, there's nothing I can't find. In the silence of the night, when my demons come alive, I hear a voice disguised, telling me we're not alright.